For me, school wasn't always like the best place to be, and skating was just like some outlet that I could just do and not think about anything else but do it. So it was always just like something out of like just to escape from all those feelings, and it turned out to be like the coolest thing that ever happened to me.
Welcome back to the podcast, guys. We're going to go straight into it because this is going to be a phenomenal episode. So she is riding for Santa Cruz, OJ Wheels, NS, John West, and OnePlus, one of the Netherlands' greatest skaters out there, sponsored by Nike Skateboards. It's Keet Oldenbeuving. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, man. Great to have you on.
Yes. Stoked to be on.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're the first skater we've had on. We've had like a few surfers. Yeah. How many people have we had that are into like surfing? Was it
we've
Tom
had a few
Curran?
WSL surfers, yeah.
Yeah, we've had Tom Curran, but never
Jerome Sayon.
Yeah, except skating's kind of like the surfing of land, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
If I'm honest though, I actually kind of prefer skating. Maybe it's because I like properly got into it at one point and then just let's just say it ended with a really bad fall. But yeah, I'm not really gonna go too deeply into that. Just going off of that. What's the worst injury you've gotten skating?
It hasn't been that bad.
Okay.
I'm lucky with that.
Yeah.
But I guess I've had a couple like concussions in my head, and fractured wrist.
Yeah.
And then of course some small things, but it luckily hasn't been that bad, so that's good.
Because I've seen people
definitely lucky.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I've seen people like basically destroy their ankles or like pop out their arms doing stuff. But
Epic fails is the real thing.
Oh, dude, no, I can't believe I actually enjoy watching that kind of stuff. It's like this is people getting hurt.
But Keith, I wanted to ask, so you were getting ready to be in the Olympics in Tokyo 2020. How was the journey getting there?
It's crazy, to be honest. Yeah. It's been really difficult, or not exactly difficult, but it's been really weird. We had in 2019, we had an insane amount of competitions everywhere in the world, which was crazy, and it was a whole different experience because I already used to skate competitions, but it was a lot different because it was more like an actual professional environment that was like something that went into Olympics, which is insane, obviously.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, but it was fun. It's a little quiet now, but it was fun for sure.
Dang. Can't imagine the journey to the Olympics. That's mental.
Yeah. Just COVID is, COVID's being COVID. The thing is, I hate talking about COVID, but it's like, it always comes up, because did it cancel the Olympics? Like, what's going on with the situation there from your side?
Well, they're saying it's happening, so I think we gotta believe it's happening, and we gotta stay having good hopes. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen, and it's always it's surprises after surprises right now.
100%.
Yeah,
that is so true.
Yeah, as long as everyone's clean, it's fine, I guess. If everyone just comes back negative, we could just have the Olympics, televise it. We don't need to have a stadium full of people. It's okay.
So how has it been adapting to the season as a skater? Has it changed, having more competitions, or how's it been, or less?
Well, I used to always do the World Cup skateboarding series, which already had a lot of competition, but it was only in one part of the year, where it was every week. And in 2019, as I said, it was every week we went on another trip, and then I remember we were in Sao Paulo for SLS, and then in that week we heard we had to be in Russia for the European Championship the next week, which was crazy. We had to arrange everything, but it worked out.
Yeah.
What is it like? What is it like traveling all those different places in that kind of short period to actually, go out there and perform?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, to be honest. We always try to be there a couple of days before because the jet lags and everything. But yeah, it's crazy because it's competition after competition. You don't even have time to settle in one place. You have to go to another. It's like you just got the feeling of like, okay, it's warm here, and then you go to a whole other country where it's so cold.
Yeah,
all those
mental.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you have to adapt all the time. Jeez.
Yeah. Do you like keep one suitcase for that, like, or do you like, okay, I'm going to Russia this weekend, so I better like pack some like really warm clothes, or like, oh, I'm going to like some place in like California, for example. It's like, okay, now here's the shorts. Like, how does that work for you?
I guess I did like unpack and pack different things because it's different in every country, like the weather conditions and everything.
That's rough sounding, cheapest.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm the guy who wears just like jeans all year round. Like, I don't know, it's like sometimes 40 degrees Celsius here, and I'm just like, jeans, it's fine. I'll be okay. And not even like normal like blue jeans, like black jeans too. So I'm weird like that.
That gets hot, damn.
Yeah. Kaden, on the other hand, your shorts in like any weather, and it's hilarious.
Shorts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter or summer. 100%. But Keet, you actually won the European Championships in Russia. How was that experience for you? Because you're like not slowing down, just winning.
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not think that was gonna happen at all. Because like I think 2 or 3 days before that, we were practicing in the same park, and I hit my knee really bad on the rail, and I couldn't walk for like
cheapers.
Damn.
those whole 3 days. I just was skating on painkillers, and then we had like a physical therapist there that kind of helped me through it and like taped me up. And every time we had like practice, I was able to skate. And then the last day, so the day of the competition, it was kind of like okay. So because the qualifiers, I skated with my knee really hurting really bad. And then the finals, it was a little better, but it was still like after the competition, I couldn't really feel it because it was like all the adrenaline. I was like, oh my god, wait, did I actually win? After that, I was like, wow, this hurts.
Can't imagine. Knee bumps on the nails, no joke.
Yeah.
Bro, but like, even just like skating with pain, how do you do that? Because like I can imagine like skating normally, like you have to kind of focus to do tricks properly, but on painkillers, how? Like it baffles.
I don't know how I did that, but probably because like the first one was pretty good, and like you start thinking about other things, and you totally forget you're hurting. So I guess that worked.
Yeah, well, if you kind of just, I guess if you kind of just get into the flow of doing things, like all of a sudden you're like, my knee's fine, it's okay. Then you get off it, you're like, well, that was not so good after all. I think I hurt myself more.
Totally.
Oh my word.
So what got you firstly into skating? What ignited that passion for you?
My dad used to skate when he was younger, and we always had like boards around the house, so it was easy for me to grab one. But those were really old and like really big for me, so I tried a couple times, and then I was like, yeah, I want to buy my own board. I really like it, so I decided to save some money, and I got my own board, and I couldn't stop.
Awesome.
Do you have any like stories from like the early times when you first started skating? Like the first time you like did a trick properly, or like, you know, give us yeah.
I feel like we used to have like this game at the park. It was like, okay, if you do a trick one time, you can't do it. If you do it three times, you did the trick. If you did it 5 times, you can do the trick. It was always like that, and it's like,
damn,
you do it? Like, yeah. How many times? It's like 1. Nah, you didn't do it. You can't.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, but I filmed myself doing it. Like, I did it. No.
Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Was it 5 times?
Nah.
Jeez.
But I guess that's also good for like repetition. So when you actually get to like the stage where you want to like, you know, do competitions or etc., that kind of helps. Do you feel like that thing definitely in some way helped at all, or?
For sure. I mean, it's like I think sometimes you were like, oh yeah, I do the trick once and it's fine. But I think it definitely helps because it gets you, or it helps you get the tricks on lock and do them actually like in lines and everything, so you can do it every time. So I think it definitely helped. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, yeah, like coming off that, with your friend group as like being a skater, were there any like I'm trying to find like words to phrase this properly. How do you think your friend group influenced like your skating at all?
I think a lot. I mean, my friend group's changed a lot over the years, but I think it's really like pretty steady right now. We have a couple of skaters that we skate with, and actually like we have the federation in the Netherlands, and we have a little bit of a group that we have together that like train for like a couple days a week. And I think that group gotten really close, and we definitely push each other to the highest level. And I think it really helps having all those people around you to help you get better at everything.
Yeah.
Still have a fun time.
Yeah, you always got to have your friends supporting you. Yeah.
Yeah. You see that a lot in sports where it's like who you surround yourself with, that group of friends like pumps you up, they encourage you.
For sure.
And you always like grow as a group.
Yeah, it's like always playing the games, you know, like game of skate and everything, like trying to beat each other.
Yeah, because it's like because if you think about it, skating is in a way like kind of a solo sport in the same way I guess boxing might be, but at the same time, it's like you are always gonna have like a few different people to like point out, critique like where you might go wrong with something. Or,
for sure, yeah.
You know, but
yeah, it's way more fun to skate with people who can help. You can help each other and give each other ideas.
Yeah. Do you have like a skating coach or something?
Yes, I do actually. He skates with all of us. I've been skating with him since I was like 9, and it was like not a special thing at the beginning, and then the federation got him in, and then it all kind of came together, and now it's his job, and he does it for a lot of kids, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, Jeebus. Well, I guess you kind of, you kind of do have to have like a coach in most sports to actually figure out, you know, where you're really going wrong.
I mean, it's weird to call it a coach, to be honest, because it's like skating coaches is like not. It's not. It wasn't usually a thing, but I feel like it definitely helps because he was a really good skater and he still is. And he actually knows what's going on. Like, your foot placement is a little wrong, or lean a little more on the rail or whatever. So it definitely really helps a lot, and I think that him and the whole group that we are with became really close, and it's always really fun.
Yeah,
so almost like a mentor.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you can call it that, I guess.
That's incredible. And I wanted to ask, how is it being part of the Nike SB film Not Here by Luck?
It was really fun. Yeah, so we did the one in Rio for the first SLS that I was in, and then we did one in my hometown. But it was really, really fun to film. We had great times, especially in Rio with the 2 other girls. But also here, when we did the one here in the Netherlands, we did a whole event with it as well. And I got to design an obstacle for the park, which is really cool. When we did like a whole event with it, with like a premiere.
Yeah.
And another question, you know, because we're talking about events, is so you've been to like a few like. A pretty good number of them all across the world, but is there like one place that you were like, wow, I can't actually believe that like I'm at this place doing this event? Like, what was the big like moment there for you?
I think that was for sure the first SLS I was in. It was in Rio, 2000. They said it was the SLS World Championships 2018, but I'm pretty sure it was 2019 January, which is kind of weird. But yes, that was insane. It was the first time I was in an actual really big competition, and there was so many people in the crowd, and I remember being like, "Whoa, there's so many people here."
Yeah.
But I guess when you go and start, you drop in, you forget about all those people, and you just go and focus on what you're doing. But definitely that moment when I first walked into the stadium, I was like, okay, this is SLS. I'm here.
This is the thing. This is happening, and I need to go out there and like do a thing, you know, just go for it.
Yeah, great.
For sure. And would you say that you took more the competitive route of skating, because you get people like Blondie or Hater de Silva, they're more like into the skating film side and street skating, but what would you say you're more the side of, competing or just street skating for films or so?
I love both of them, to be honest. Before this year, I never really skated street with like filmers and everything, but because we didn't really have anything this year, no competitions, and we got a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I've been spending a lot more time on the streets, and I've been really loving it. It's great. So I'd like to do a combination of it. I mean, I'd love to come out with
Awesome.
a part once and film with like Santa Cruz or Nike or whatever. And
Yeah.
I also love to compete and see all my friends around the world, which is also insane to do. So I like to do a combination.
Love that.
Yeah, it sounds
Gotta
like it would be
combine
a
it all.
nice.
Mix it up.
Yeah. Because I think it would be like actually cool to combine both of those and like make some type of film where it like shows, how street skating would actually compare to something like a competition, because it feels like it's two completely different environments just entirely.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you mean for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still the same, to be honest. You're still trying a trick and you're just trying to get a good clip or a good result. You know, it's
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I get that type of thing, but it's like the difference between, because I'm a musician, I'm gonna compare it to this. It's like playing guitar with like in front of your friends and like someone's recording, versus like playing guitar in front of like a biggish audience, I guess you could say, and there's like some dude in front that's like crossed his arms, is like, this dude's playing that chord wrong. Like, like in my head,
Maybe
that's what I think
different.
about,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
comparing like yeah. I mean, you
Yeah,
still
no, of course.
yeah. Essentially, you're doing the same thing. It's just like it's just like a bigger audience. And I know I was actually gonna like ask, like, how does that pressure work? Do you like, because you said as soon as you like get into the whole like swing of things, it
Yeah.
stops. But like the build up of that, how does that pressure? How do you feel like battling that type of pressure?
I don't know. I've never really felt a lot of pressure, and I really don't want to. It doesn't help. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for sure. Well, while we're practicing in the park and especially in street league, there's no audience in the first like practices, and only in the last one just before the competition. Um,
Wow.
but that's definitely crazy because you see everyone looking at you. But then as well, like you're still doing the same thing, and I guess especially in the contest, it's for me. It's always
Yeah.
landing your first trick, and it's okay. Not.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sets
But
the
the first
tone.
trick is the most important one. Yes.
100%.
Yeah. Is there a first trick you go with, or do you just like, or
It
is there
depends on
just
the park, really. It's
yeah.
always different, I think.
But is there anything like you have to? Is there anything you like look specifically for, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna try, or do you just like
Something,
the first thing
I
that's in
think
front of
something
me?
technical. I always look at something like technical. I see a ledge, I'm like, all right, I want to do like a just 70 hour, big spin out. So I have like
Yeah.
2 tricks in one.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fire. And what would you say is your goal in skating? Where would you want to see yourself one day?
I don't know. I guess just keep doing the same thing I am now. Just trying to, get better and get better. At one point, just coming out with video parts and all that. But just staying myself and having. I like. I think it's really cool trying to have my own style and not be like anyone else. Like try to do
Yeah.
different things with other
Awesome.
people and all those things. I think that's my goal in skateboarding.
I
Cool.
love that. That's awesome.
Is there anyone you look up to specifically in the skating world that you'd like to talk about?
I don't really know. A lot of people always ask me, "It's like, who do you look up to?" But I guess just anyone who has a good style and does different things than anyone else. Just looks at a park really differently and just
Yeah.
not just sees a normal quarter pipe, but just sees the side of it or something like that. And uses it differently than anyone else does.
Fair enough.
That's awesome. Love
Yeah.
that.
It's also just an easy question, Just like, I mean, we gotta ask like the basic
Tony Hawk.
questions. Yeah, it's like Tony Hawk. It's like, yeah, I played that video game. Yeah, sure, Tony Hawk. Let's ask him. It's like if you don't know who Tony Hawk is, like, come on, like. But wait, let's leave him to the side.
Who
Like,
are you?
Yeah, where have you been?
What are you doing in life?
Yeah. Shit.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
but what I
know
wanted
it's
to
fine.
ask is, what life lessons have you learned from skating, or how has skating changed your life?
For me, school wasn't always like the best place to be, and because for me, like a lot of people at my school at my elementary school were like, yes, you were like, you look like a guy, you do something else in the rest. But skating was just like some outlet that I could just do and not think about anything else but do it. But skating, so it was always just like something out of like just to escape from all those feelings.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be like the coolest thing that ever happened to me.
And speaking of different places, is there a place you still want to skate?
No, I was supposed to actually go to Sydney, Australia last year. And because of like the fires, the bushfires there, it didn't happen. But I'd love to go to Australia because, well, my dad's lived there for a little bit.
Yeah, Australia is so
He
awesome.
said
The
it's the
culture of
most beautiful
skating and
place in the world,
surfing
and I'd love to
there is beyond.
experience that. Yeah, I read that's like one of the biggest dreams. Like I really want to go there.
Me too, totally. And as we wrap up, thank you so much for joining. Firstly, it's been awesome so far. But what would you want to say to young skaters out there who's wanting to go far in skating?
Never stop trying. It's always keep going. You're gonna fall. You're gonna get back up. You're gonna try again. But like you get a lot of questions like how do you get sponsors and that. Just try to go to competitions. Try to do your best. Try to show people on social media like what can you do. Because you are gonna make it if you really want to. It's just a mindset. Just go for it. Keep going until you can.
And thank you so much, Keet, for coming on. This has been phenomenal.
Yes.
To our audience out there, go send her some love. Go support her. Keet's gonna change the world of skating. Olympics soon. X Games coming soon. Awesome.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to plug or advertise that you have coming up and so forth?
Not really. We can't do anything but follow my
check out. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll leave all
Guys,
those links
like
in the
and subscribe
description.
To this channel. Go check Keet out. Thanks again for watching. Send us a comment, send us whatever. Go support. Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining. Peace.
Peace out.